If you're struggling with healing from your betrayal, I want to give you some hope. I always talk about the 5 stages from betrayal to breakthrough, and you may be in stage 2, shock, trauma, or stage 3, where you're stuck. And here's where you're having symptoms of post betrayal syndrome. Maybe you have digestive or sleep issues. Maybe you have hormonal issues, weight changes, anxiety, and so much more. And then also, maybe you're just kind of unpacking your story. You're seeing a therapist or a counselor, or maybe you're in a support group where you're unpacking and unpacking and unpacking. And you get validated, and that's kind of all you get. Well, what happens is when you move into stage 4, which is, by the way, my absolute favorite stage, so much happens, because here's where transformation begins. We named each stage like according to a force of nature, because each plant flower has a sort of a different meaning. So stage 4 we named after bamboo, and here's why. If you know anything about bamboo, it stays underground, I think, for like 5 years. I mean, something so crazy. And then when it's good and ready, it shoots up so strong, so unapologetically, with the strength of like concrete and steel. And meanwhile, over that 5-year period, it wasn't like nothing was happening. There was a lot happening all underneath the surface. That's what's going on as you leave stage 3 and move into stage 4. But here's also what's really exciting. I have seen so many people, we see it every day within the PBT Institute, new passion projects, new businesses, new levels of health, new relationships, either with the person who hurt you in a very different way or with someone new. You weren't ready for that when you were in stage 3. You were just busy with your trauma. When you move through it, all of a sudden, you get these ideas and these new downloads and this new awareness and this new insight you didn't have access to. And just yesterday, I was working with one of our members, and all of a sudden, there's this new insight, new inspiration to write and see what that would lead to. And it's so beautiful to watch. It is so predictable to see when someone has moved past their trauma. That's one of the most classic things I see, is that all of a sudden it's like, what about that new idea? What about, could I do that? Should I do that? And that's where you want support, because that's where you could take that idea and do something really fun with it. So much to look forward to as you move out of stage 3 into stage 4 and 5 and beyond. But you want to make sure you're doing it fully, completely, and right. And also, you don't want to just do this from a mental or emotional perspective, because betrayal hits you on every level. So every level has to be dealt with. You may have heard, the issues are in the tissues. That's so true. We need to hit this from a somatic body-based way as well. So it's physical, mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual, because all areas are hard hit and all areas need to be addressed. Anyway, if you're struggling, know that if you just keep going and doing it right, stage 4 and stage 5 is waiting for you. When I did this study on betrayal, I thought that it would take a really long time. And I also thought, well, the people who were the hardest hit would grow the least because they had the most to overcome. That had nothing to do with it. Willingness was one of the biggest factors that I saw. So if you are willing, so much of the rest can happen. Of course, if I can help you, just reach out.